Welcome back to Stir. We're called to love one another, but I find myself stymied often before I even begin because I have a hard time seeing the needs of others through the lens of love. Maybe you excel at this, but it's a perpetual struggle for me. I want to break down the three problems I think I have with my vision. Maybe your vision exam would reveal something very different, but for me, the diagnosis is pretty clear. I'm not loving others properly. Sometimes I struggle to see others for who and what they are. Spoiler alert, they're the children of God. What do I often see? Well, sometimes I see someone who's made a series of really bad decisions. Sometimes I see someone who seems clueless. Sometimes I see someone trapped in generations of bad circumstances. But all these things miss the real point. They are children of God. You want to know who God chooses to use again and again in human history? Deeply flawed humans. The Bible is full of unexpected people being called to do unexpected things for God. Rahab, Joseph, Naaman, Nebuchadnezzar, all unexpectedly used by a God who is deeply gracious and merciful to all of his human children. I had a friend share a really profound truth with me. God's vision of me and God's vision of you is not limited to the past and present. That's all I can see humanly when I look at you. But God's vision extends to the future, the child made perfect in his love, redeemed, restored, and recreated into who he or she was really meant to be. I can't see that now. You probably can't either. I'm so grateful to a God who sees the future me. And so I need to work with all my heart to see the future of the people around me. The second barrier stems from the first. The needs of the people around me are an extension of their uniqueness as a child of God. I've learned this raising my kids. Every human strength comes with a weakness. And until we're changed, that's just the way it's going to be. The burden someone is bearing is often part and parcel of their whole strength and weakness package. That's what makes them a unique creature. If I only view their burdens as something wholly negative, I'm missing out on understanding who God created them to be. Here's an example. I have a friend who really struggles with anxiety. It's only when I see her holistically that I realize her anxiety is the flip side of being sensitive, thoughtful, and really empathetic. If I focus on how I have a hard time connecting to her struggle with anxiety, I'm ignoring the larger, beautiful plan that God has for her special perspective. I'm not saying I need to celebrate addictions or dysfunction, but viewing these things through the lens of who God made them to be stops me from getting all judgy pants in their business. Finally, I can become distracted from my job and serving others when I substitute judgment for service. Romans 12 verse 10 says, "Be devoted to one another. Honor one another above yourselves." If I can correct my vision to see others as God's children who are being molded in his image, and if I can see their needs as part of that identity, whether I understand that fully or not, then I can release all of the judgments and simply serve in love. God wants us to see others as he sees us. He created us in his image. His ability to love us anyway, to be committed to helping us through our humanness, and his perfect view of us as his children are all things we can ask him for so that we can bear each other's burdens in love. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll be hearing from Lindsay and diving into the application of this heart for others as we continue our hands-on Christianity series.